You know that food are three types: bodybuilding food, that is protein. You get protein from pulses and egg, milk, etc., meat, etc., and carbohydrates, that is energy giving food, that you get from the bread, biscuits, cakes, etc., and then protective food. Protective food you get from when you eat vegetables or fruits. This food protect you from diseases. Okay, that makes you healthy. Okay, so we should also eat vegetables more and more. We should also eat fruits, any type of seasonal fruits we should eat. Okay, so this food give us energy, uh, help in our growth. Okay, protect us from diseases. So this way uh, we utilize the food. And who is the maker of the food? That is green plants. Okay, all animals directly or indirectly depends on green plants for food, because green plants only make the food. Then that grains come to your home, then your mummy prepare the food in the kitchen. Okay, but your mummy cannot prepare food, only the green plants prepare food for all the living animals. Okay, the next, living organisms show movement. Living organisms show movement, that means living organism can move their body. They can move from one place to another for the search of food, for the search of water, for the search of shelter. Okay, shelter means living place. Okay, so they can move, they can show movement. Living organisms respire. Respire means living organism can take in oxygen and take out carbon dioxide. So they do the respiration. We also do the respiration. We breathe. All the living organisms, all the animals breathe, and all the plants also breathe. Okay, they also need oxygen for breathing and respiration. Okay, so all the living things respire. What is respiration? Respiration means releasing energy from the food. Whatever the food we eat, that is absorbed in our mixed with our blood, and when we take oxygen by breathing, then the food, this oxygen mix with the food and release the energy. That energy is your strength. Okay, your, then you are able to play, then you are able to run. Okay, so food give us energy. uh, then by respiration. Okay, living organisms excrete during the, when we take the food. Many components of the food is utilized by the body. Okay, the food is digested and utilized by the body, but there are some harmful substances created during the digestion of the food. Okay, that harmful substance should be thrown out of the body. Okay, it should be expelled out of the body. This process is done by the excretion. Okay, excretion is the process through which we remove unwanted, toxic, that means poisonous, and unutilized substances from our body. Okay, so this way we pass out urine. Okay, we pass out stool when you go to the latrine. So that is urine and stool, that is unwanted or harmful substance. So that is excreted out. Okay. Living organisms reproduce. Living organisms reproduce. That means living organisms give birth to their same kind. Okay, a cow gives birth to the calf that becomes cow, or bullock later on when it grows. A dog gives birth to puppies that becomes on growing that becomes dog or bitch. A kite gives birth to the kitten that becomes cat after um, growing. A lion or tiger gives birth to their cubs. These cubs become lion or tiger. Okay, like that, every living organism, either it is plant or animal, reproduce and uh, produce and give birth to the organism, their offsprings, which are similar to their parents. Okay, human being give birth to the human baby that becomes man or woman on growing. Okay, they look similar to their parents, their brothers, their sisters, their cousins. Okay, so living organisms can reproduce, and living organisms can respond to stimuli. What is stimuli? Stimuli is the external stimulus, external change that that makes us to respond. Okay, so how we respond? What is stimulus? Suppose a person light a torch on your eyes. What happens? You close your eyes. Okay, because the intensity of light is very much. Okay, you cannot tolerate that light, so you close your eyes. So here light is the stimulus, and closing of your eyes is response. Okay, so the living organisms respond. When you feel hot, then you on the fan, you on the cooler, you can on the AC. Okay, so here heat is the stimulus, and when you on the fan, you on the AC, or you on the cooler, this is the response. Okay, then comes habitats of living organisms. Habitats are the natural home of living organisms. That means where the living organisms live in their natural environment, that is called habitat of that living organism. Suppose camel live in desert, it cannot live in polar region where there is very extreme cold and ice all over, snow all over. So camel cannot survive in the polar region. Like that, polar bear that live in the snow and ice cannot survive in the desert. Okay, so these are their habitats. So habitats are maybe different types. These habitats are like forest, wild animals like elephant, giraffe, monkeys, lion, tiger, deer, rhinoceros. These all, panda, these all live in forest. Okay, their habitat is forest. Some are arboreal, that live on the trees, like monkeys, panda, this live on trees. Some live in open, like elephant. Okay, so their habitats are different. Some like forest, desert. In desert, you can see camel, you can see cactus plants, so they can only survive in desert, not in the cold region. Okay, some animals and plants are found on the mountains like yak and mountain goat. These are found on high altitude, on the very height of mountain. Okay, so some organisms live in water like fish, tortoise, turtle, uh, crab. Okay, some animals live in ocean like blue whale, uh, octopus, king crab, many types of fish. So their habitats are different, and all these animals are adapted to their habitat. They live very smoothly and very comfortably in their own habitat. Okay, and next comes factors that affect the living world. There are two factors that affect the living world. These are biotic components. In biotic components, there are all living things. So all living things depend on each other. Suppose all the animals depend on plants for their food directly or indirectly. Herbivore animals eat the grass, and the herbivore animals are eaten by carnivorous animals. Okay, so they form a chain. They are